The time for self-actualization is here. Life is good and getting better on this day in early April 2021. And it is time for you, our dear Lightworker starseeds, to move proudly and determinedly into the new world that is your bountiful inheritance. We say bountiful, for all your good is available to you now. It is a matter of choice. You have the choice now, for you are aware of it. We cannot choose what we do not see as a possibility. When we are in the midst of believing that we are poor, ineffective, inefficient humans, we have little choice, for we cannot see beyond the narrow confines of our belief system. When we are mired in negativity and limitation, we cannot see any possibilities beyond that which has been presented to us as our reality. We have been in a prison, the prison our own mind created for us, the prison of I can't have this, or I can't do that, for that is not in my cornucopia of possibilities. All that is occurring in our minds. It does not matter what is going on around us if we do not perceive it. When a local tragedy, a shooting, or a traffic accident happens in our vicinity, we are moved to sympathy, we are moved to compassion, and we want to help the victims, for they are in our purview. When a major hurricane kills thousands, or an airplane crashes and kills all aboard, if we do not know it happened, we feel nothing. We have not realized it, but this is how we are controlled. We are controlled by the information we receive, by the information we are fed. This is how our controllers have taken power over us, by feeding us the narrative they want us to hear. Repetition is the art of learning. Repetition is how indoctrination works in the human world. This is why our media, our television, our radio, our newspapers are all so powerful. When we listen to the stories they tell, the words they spout day after day after day, we are convinced that the information we are receiving from them is correct. Human beings are so restricted in that they exist within themselves. Each man is an island in that all that happens is processed within him. All that happens is in his perception. If he does not perceive something, then as far as he is concerned, it is not happening. Events that are not within our purview cannot affect us or draw forth our sympathy, our emotions, our compassion, or our joy. This is why it is so easy to control us. Control our perceptions and you control our behavior, for we behave according to what we perceive to be so. So those who are born into a cult believe the teachings of that cult, at least in their early years, for they have no other information to process and perceive. The laws of the cult, the behavior of the cult members, is the only reality they know. As they interact with the outside world and receive contradictory teachings from their new environment, they have the power of choice, for they have new information to process, and now that they perceive other possibilities, they can choose differently. The journey you are on now is of the manifestation of the self. The self as it can be realized in the Christ vibration that is the soul embedded in your physical form. Jesus, the man, will not come again in physical form. However, Jesus did exemplify the Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness, the manifestation of Christ in man, has always been with you and around you. You have not been at an appropriate frequency to be able to access that vibration. You have been befuddled and held by fear. You have been so involved in the victim mentality, expecting bad things to happen, and so creating the not preferred events by that very expectation. The negative events have been in your perception. Now change that perception. Now that you can see new ways of being and thinking, and new frequencies of love are entering the Earth's atmosphere. You can now reclaim yourself. In this time of the Great Awakening, the world is paused. Events are on hold. We are waiting for you, dear Lightworker starseeds, to reclaim yourself. You came here to help mankind out of his deep entrenchment in the third-dimensional, fear-filled planet Earth hologram schoolroom. The program designed by divinity itself to grow aspects of itself, human souls, to greater love and light by experiencing limitation and emotion. You have graduated from that program. You have become aware of the thoughts and ideas you adopted from those amongst whom you were born. Now it is time to clear these thoughts and ideas and the slate of reactive behavior that they have elicited. And it is time to evaluate the principles, the morals which dictated your behavior. The slate of life instructions that you were given needs to be analyzed and rewritten. The idea of your divinity, of your unusual status on this earth, needs to be incorporated into your reality. You are different from your human brethren. You came here specifically to help them. You did not need to come. That is why you have always felt different. That is why you have been lonely. That is why you have more empathy, a greater and deeper, clearer love in your heart, a longing, a loving that your brethren could not relate to. Accept now that you have the power within. It is time for you to leave spiritual gurus and teachers behind. Leave the looking for love and wisdom in all the wrong places, in the past. Turn within. That is where your holiness, your divinity lies. Consult your soul, your angels, your guides. Talk with them throughout your day. Ask them for help and guidance, and they will assist you. Your wisdom now comes from within. Use your intuition and that wisdom that comes from within to discern the truth of yourself, your soul, your divinity, and the truth of all that is happening around you, to your world and all of mankind. And the wonder of it is that there are no accidents. The world is paused as the infamy of the powers that be, the deep state, is slowly revealed to the world and awakens our brethren from their deep sleep. They need time to awaken to the truth of their enslavement. As it has often been said, it is easier to fool humanity than it is to convince him that he has been fooled. You were told that there would be much distress and discombobulation in this great awakening time. The revelation of the perception deception is in process now. Yes, this is a wonderful time for self-actualization. Self-actualization, the realization and fulfillment of one's talents, preferences, and abilities. Self-actualization, the realization of your divinity and your power. Self-actualization, the choice to be all that you are and all that you can be. Life is good and getting better, dear friends, dear brethren. Life is good and getting better. And the wonder of it is that the best is yet to come. Yes, the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.